Hey, Sandy here from LA, Xinyi, Liuhe. And today's topic is about self-sufficiency. So we talk about the limitations. Yeah, last time we talked about how limitations can lead to creativity. Today I want to talk about self-sufficiency. And I sometimes think about, Kung Fu as it might be part of a hermit's bag of tricks, bag of tools. Hermits, aka extreme minimalism. And they're by themselves and they're, maybe in a mountain. So they need to spend their time primarily on doing the work, whatever the work is, whether it's, I don't know, healing themselves or meditation or something like that's what hermits, Taoist hermits, or might be doing. So they're spending a lot of time doing their work, maybe reading, maybe meditating, doing whatever. But then they've got to do some supplementary activities to support the work. Things like growing and foraging for food, you're cooking, maintaining the living space if they're in a cave or if they're in a hut or whatever. They need to do exercise. They might need to defend against animals and maybe some sick care. If they get sick, they're able to sort of heal themselves. So they've got to do all that stuff, and they've got to save a lot of time and be efficient. So if your exercise component can include something like getting to know your body, some kind of spiritual element to knowing yourself, if it can include self-defense, then all the better. So, the Chinese for self-sufficiency is 自力, literally self-strength or self-power. And you've only got a limited resource of power, in fact, as a hermit, you have to conserve your power. You have to be able to regenerate it, feed yourself or do other things, exercise. And when you use it, you have to be able to use it efficiently. So this is another way where Kung Fu and Xinyi work out really well. So if things are easier, or if they're multi-use, they can be used for more than one thing, or if they're super efficient, then they use less energy. Those are the types of things that use less energy or less of that li, that Chinese word, the li, strength, power. So, well, Xinyi isn't easy. So it gets a cross on that. But I would class it as hard fun. You're working hard, you're having to think, you're having to pay attention, you're having to coordinate, you're having to really concentrate. And it's not sort of light exercise. You're moving quite vigorously, but it's fun. So it's hard fun. But then for the multi-use and for efficiency, I think Xinyi gets high marks. Multi-use, you can do body training. You're making yourself healthy. As you move, you're massaging your internal organs. You're getting mind training. So you're training mindset, you're training focus, you're training positive, realizing plans. And then, it's efficient. And it's efficient in training. Videos 1 and 3, I talked about it's efficient in saving space. That's video 1. Video 3 is about saving time and some limitations around time. But it's also efficient not just in training, but also in use. I mean, I haven't ever had to use it, I'll be honest, but supposedly it's supposed to be devastating, and you've got multiple attacks arriving on at the same time. So it is supposed to be pretty efficient when you do use it, but I haven't been focusing on using it. So I'll be honest, I don't do enough partner training, but I still enjoy the imagination. I'm not going to fool myself. The imagination of delivering a devastating attack. All right. So today's movement, we're going to do Bai Hou Xian Tao. The white ape presents a peach, and this is a good example of an early and a very basic technique, which is training the multiple weapons arriving at the target at the same time. Not the same target, but you're going to hit multiple parts of the body at the same time. So practicing that coordination, that Liuhe, especially the Wai San He. So get you in a spot. All right, let's see what's going on. So I'll do it to the side first. So just like making sure that your arms are moving along the body and staying in touch until they come out, right? So you're pressing in along the space between your rib cage and your hips, pressing there and then coming out at once. So just get the feel for that timing. And then knowing when to contract your dantian. I'll do it to the front. Side. So this side. Getting some of the sweeping of the foot. So pressing against the foot against the floor and the arms against the body. Okay, that's it for today's movement. So there's some thoughts on self-sufficiency. Let me know what you think in the comments. Otherwise, keep watching. See you next time.